The next topic, what we are going to have today is, today we are going to talk about properties. Property. So, what is this property? Okay, so today let's talk about the concept of the properties actually. So, what is this property and what is the need of this particular property? See, I have a class here, and this class is basically associated with a set of fields. Just for example, let's talk it like this. I have a public class here, public class circle. In this, I have a field. Okay. I have a class here, and in this, there is a field. Now, my class is public. And because my class is public, I can create the instance of this class wherever I want. Correct? So now, in another class with the name called as test circle, in another class with the name called as test circle, I wanted to create the instance of the circle class now. Yeah, you can. So circle C is equals to new circle, creating the instance. And all of you know that whenever we create the instance of the class, immediately all the members of the class are initialized now. Yes or not? So when I create this instance, immediately the field radius will be initialized for you internally. Correct or not? The field radius will be initialized internally. Internally, the radius field is initialized. Even though the radius field is initialized when I create the instance, it is still not, we cannot access the field radius from the test circle. Am I right or wrong? Tell me, the radius field is initialized when I create the instance of the circle. But I cannot access the field radius. Why? It's private. It is private. The class is public, but the field is private. And already we learned if private members are accessible only within the class, but they're not accessible from the out of the class. They're not accessible out of the class now. So from test circle, instance creation is possible. When you create the instance, initialization will happen. No doubt, radius is initialized when I create the instance, but not accessible to you. Don't think like because it is not accessible to you, it won't be initialized. It will be initialized. Even if you try to, even if you cannot access it also, initialization will be done for sure. Okay. So here, when I created the instance of the class circle, immediately the radius is initialized, but not accessible to you from here because the field is private. But what is the requirement? The requirement is I want the radius to be accessible. I want the radius to be accessible now. If that is the case, what you do? You make the field also as public. Ray, you make the field also as public. And once you make this field as a public, what will happen? Now I can access radius from here now. Double radius is equals to C dot radius. What am I doing? I'm getting the old value. I'm getting the old value. And at the same time, in the next line, can I say C dot radius is equals to, I want to assign a new value now. What are you doing? Setting a new value. And not say anything newly, guys. Simply a public class, a public field. Now you can access the class and field from anywhere. Yes or not? Now you can access that class and field from anywhere. Okay, fine. Now look at this carefully. What is it? Once the class is declared as public and the field is declared as public, it is accessible from anywhere. But what is my requirement? I want to give access to radius. I want to give access to radius, but only get access. Did you understand me or not? I want to give access to radius, but only get access. Or in another scenario, I want to give access to radius, but only set access. Understand this? Is a different type of requirement. I want to give only get access or only set access. But once I make this as public, you are giving both get and set access. You understood the problem here? Once you make a field as public, you lost the control on that immediately. You lost the control on it immediately. Why, sir? Because once it is public, anyone can get, anyone can set. You cannot block them. You cannot block them. This is the problem what we have once you declare the field as public. Are you clear? That is why in the industry, guys, we have a rule, a thumb rule we follow. What is the rule, you know? Never declare fields of a class as public. It is a thumb rule what we follow in the industry. It is a thumb rule what we follow in the industry. What is it? Never declare fields of a class as public because if you do that, you will lose control on that value. Okay, you will lose control on the value as everyone can get or set a value to the field. So that's why they oppose this. They oppose this actually in the industry. Seriously oppose this. What is that? Declaring fields as public is seriously opposed. Then what to do, sir? So what to do is, the solution for the problem is like, declare fields of a class always as private. Declare fields of a class always as private so that no one can access them. Okay, but if you wanted to provide access to the field values, we need to define properties. Listen carefully. What is it telling you? Declare fields of a class always as private so that no one can access them. So no one will get the right to access the appropriate value now. Okay, so that no one can access them. But if you want to provide access to the field values, we need to define properties. What are these properties? Then you'll have a doubt. Sir, what is this property? Property. It is a member of the class using which we can provide access to a field's value to the outside environment. Read it carefully. Access to a private field's value, to the outside environment. What is that? Field is not exposed anytime. Field is not exposed. The field is private. But I want to expose the value. And to expose the value, what I require to do now? I require to go for declaring fields of the class. Sorry, I need to declare properties in my class. I need to define properties in my class. Outside environment. And the advantage is it can provide access to the value in 3 different ways. It can provide access to the values in 3 different ways. Option 1, only get access. We call that as read-only property. Second one, only Z axis. What do you call it? Right only property. Third option, both get and Z axis. Read write property. Did you understand me or not? Okay, what is the first option? Only get access means the user can only read the value. Second option, only set access so that user can only write the value. Third option is get and set. So everyone can get the value, everyone can set the value. Get access is also available, set access is also available. That's what we call it. See, but when I go for public field will give you only one type of access. What is that? Read write access. Public field will give you both get and set access now. Means anyone can get, anyone can set. But here see, I can give only get access. I can give only set access. I can give both get and set access. I have a control on the value now. I have a control on the value. Okay. So how to define a property? How to define a property? See, syntax to define a property. Watch. Modifiers. Type. What is this? For what type of value you're providing access? Integer, double, string, boolean, whatever is it, you're required to specify. Then name. Okay. Inside of it, we again write two separate blocks of code like this. Get with a set of statements in it. What we call as get access. And then we have set with a set of statements in it. What do we call it as? Set access. So listen to this, guys. We have two different things available here. What is it? Get access, set access. Okay. And a property is again going to contain two blocks of code in it. A property will again contain two set of blocks of code in it. The get accessor will execute when the user is trying to read the value, and set accessor will execute when the user is trying to assign a value. Understand me carefully. Get accessor will execute when the user is trying to read the value. Set accessor will execute when the user is trying to assign a value. Okay, what you can do, you can write only get or only set or both get and set also now. If you write only get, then it is a read-only property. If you write only get, then it is a read-only property. If you write only set, it's a write-only property. If you write both get and set, it's a read-write property. Did you understand me or not? I'm writing only get, then it is a read-only. I'll write only set, write-only. I will write both get also, set also. Then it is read-write property. Are you getting me or not? Okay, let me show you some examples to you how to write it. Option 1. First, we'll try with a read-only property. Radius, we discussed on the top radius. The radius should be given a get access. Means I want to give a permission for you to get, but you cannot set. Understood or not? Means you can get, you can see the value, but you cannot modify the value. You cannot modify the value. That type of access I want to give. Okay, watch. Public class circle. Now also my class is public here. But my field is private. So this is not accessible outside of the class now. Are you getting me? Now what should I do? I need to define a read-only property and I need to expose this field now. I need to define a read-only property and expose this field now. Okay, watch. Public. What type of value is radius? Double. Giving a name to it. But yeah, when I use this name called radius, we'll have a doubt. What is the doubt? Sir, field name is also radius and property name is also radius. Is that valid? No, two members of a class cannot have the same name. Two members of the class cannot have the same name. So there should be some differentiation. There should be some differentiation. But tomorrow, imagine your class has 100 fields. Imagine your class has 100 fields. And in these 100, you want to expose only 10 out of the class. Not all the 100, only 10. Then do you write 100 properties or 10 properties? 10 only. Arey, we don't write 100 properties now. I want to expose 10. So I will define only 10 properties. But imagine yourself, what is it? After a month, you completed your coding. After a month, I was reviewing your code. I opened your class. There are 100 fields here. And I asked you a question. What I asked you, on what fields did you define properties? Did you understand me or not? I was reviewing your code. I opened your code. Now I saw all the 100 fields on the top now. When I saw all the 100 fields on the top, I asked you a question. What is the question? On what fields did you define the properties? It's a big dilemma now. On what fields did we define the properties? It's a big question mark. Correct or not? And you don't remember. Again, you need to scroll up and down and see what fields properties are defined, all these things. Without confusion, it is always suggested to declare a field prefixing with an underscore if you want to define a property on it. Did you understand me or not? It is always suggested to declare the field prefixing with an underscore if you want to define a property. Did you catch my point or not? You want to write a property on this field, then make the habit of using. Means you don't use underscore for every field here. You'll use underscore only for the fields for which properties are defined. Not after 1 month, after 1 year, if you open the code also, you can understand now. You can just see wherever underscore is there. Yes, properties are defined on these so-and-so fields now. Yes or not? So remember, these coding conventions are very, very important once you start working in the real time. That's why whatever we follow in the industry as it is, I'm telling you all the standards from here only. So that tomorrow, once you start working, no one requires to teach you anything additionally, or you also will not be confused by looking into the existing code of someone's. Is it clear? Okay, just don't forget this one. Always make the habit of using underscore here. Now tell me, what is the name of the field? Underscore radius. What is the name of the property? Array, both are looking alike, but not same. So that it will be easy for us to remember also. What is it? Underscore radius. Radius is associated with underscore radius. That's it. Okay. So now inside of it, what I want to do, I want to give a read-only access to my value. I want to give a read-only access to a value. What should I do? I need to write only a get accessor now. Okay, get, very simple code here. Means you are trying to get the value. Am I correct? You are trying to get the value. What should I do? Understand, I am the developer, you are the user. You are trying to get the value. What should I do? I should return the value. And if you are trying to get the value, what should I do? I should return the value. That's all. Very simple code. Return underscore radius. That's it. It's a read-only property. What can you do? You can only get the value. You cannot set the value. If you try to set the value, you get an error. If you try to set the value, you get an error. Are you getting me? Okay. Same way, shall we try a write-only property now? Means I don't want to give an permission for you to get the value. You can only assign, but you cannot access. Did you understand me? You can only assign, but cannot access. This is my next requirement now. Okay, now let's how to do. Public class circle. Double underscore radius. Public double radius. Understand? What should I write? I should write a setter now. Okay. What you'll do? I'm giving a write only access. Means you will assign a value, access a value. You will assign a value. I need to take that value now. That's it now. I need to take that value and store in the radius. So can you guess the code? Underscore radius is equals to the value whatever you assign. Just understand the two code now. First one, I'm giving the value to you. Second one, I'm taking the value from you. Whose value I'm giving? Field value. If you give a value, what I'll do? I'll assign to the field now. Am I clearer or not? Okay, I'm just going to assign the field to you right now in this. Means just to simply, the job is like a Postman. Job is like a postman. You post a letter to someone. What you will do? You'll go and give the value to the postman. You'll go and give the letter to him. If you're sending a money order, just imagine you're sending a money order now. Today we got all these options like Paytms and everything, phone pays and earlier we don't have these options. Now, if you want to send a money, they used to go for a money order. Okay, imagine you're sending a money order now. What will the postman do? The postman will carry and give the money to the other person now. Yes or not? Is giving the money to the other person. Suppose they are sending the money, they take the money from them now. They take the money from them, bring it, give it to you. Are you getting me or not? Okay, just simply like that only it does to you. Next. Are you clear? So this is how you are going to write a read-only property and a write-only property. Read-only will only expose the value. Write-only will only allow you to assign the value. Read-only exposes. Write-only takes. It takes the value. Read-only gives the value. Write-only takes the value. That's all. Sometimes you may have a requirement to write both now. You may have a requirement to write both of them. How do you write? Public class circle. Now in this, I want to define both. Okay, let me write it. Public double radius. Now I need to write both get and set also in this now. Help me. Get. Oh, sorry. We did not declare the field yet. Public. Sorry. Double underscore radius is equals to 34.56. Come on. Get return underscore radius. Underscore radius is equals to value. Underscore radius is equals to value. And when I do this, you'll have a doubt here. What is the doubt? Sir, are you providing both get and set access? Yes, I'm providing both get and set access. Then what is the need of the property again? If you make the field public, it is enough now. Public field anyhow gives you get and set access. Yes or not? If I make it public, that is enough. Why to write this property again, wasting the time? Am I correct? Well, guys, that's a doubt what we'll be having in the mind. But if that is the case also, it is wrong making the field public. If that is the case also, it is wrong making the field as public. Why? Tomorrow, I don't have this property in the code yet. This field is public. This field is public. So what happens, I said you lost control on this value. I already said you lost control on the value. Anyone can get, anyone can set. Not only anyone can set with any value. Did you understand me or not? Anyone can set with. Suppose the new value should not be less than the old value. How do you control it? Tell me. Suppose the new value should not be less than the old value. How do you control it? Where you will write the condition, man? That is a public field. Where you will write a condition, tell me? When someone is given a permission to set the value, he can set any value now. Am I correct? But if I do this with the help of a property, I can write a condition here now. This is the advantage. Understand me carefully. What is that? I can write a condition here. What condition are you going to write now? Watch. If value, okay, is greater than radius, then only this assignment should be successful. Look at it carefully. If the value is greater than radius, then only the assignment should be successful. Understood or not? That is what. So that is the condition what you can write. But you can't do this with a public field. You can't do this with a public field. Tomorrow you may want to write some condition. What condition? If some condition satisfied only, I'll return the value to you now. I can add a condition in the get now. I can add a condition in the get. I can add a condition in the set. See, controlled access. Here also we're giving read-write access, but this is controlled access. But once you make a field as public, is it controlled access? It's not a controlled access. It is like a global access. Whatever you do, you do. Just like how you treat public property in your country. Just imagine, how do you treat public property in your country? Are you clear? Okay, you treat public property like your own private property. You treat a public property just like a private property. Say you are doing some agitation on the state government or something, and you people try to go and first destroy the RTC bus now. Whose bus are you destroying? Yeah, that your money only. You're forgetting that particular point first. That your money only, with our money only, they purchased it. Our money only, they're running it. See, if you demolish again, they will be collecting from you only and they'll be charging you only. Yes or not? So that is the point what we simply miss out. So in other countries here, you know that if you damage any public property, they'll throw you in jail. That's a serious offense. Who are you? You can damage your property, but you cannot damage public property. But that's completely different in our country. Yes or not? Okay, we just drew all the damage to public property, basically. So here also, the thing I'm trying to set is, once it is a public field, no control on it anymore. There's no control on it anymore now. Anyone can get the value. Anyone can set the value. But see now, once it is private, no one can access it. Any access should be through property only. Property will control everything to you now. Do you understand what is the property? So what is the property I said to you? We can provide access to a private fields value to the outside environment, and the advantage is it can provide access to the value in 3 different ways. What is the first option? Only get access, only set access, both get and set access. These are the 3 different types of access what it can give you once you go with a property. That is the advantage with a property when compared with a public field. Compared with a public field. So what is the thumb rule? Never declare fields in a class. Never declare fields in a class as public. Because if you do that, you will lose control on that value, as anyone can get or set a value to the field. Anyone can get, anyone can set. That is the problem what we have with the public fields. Are you clear? And I hope you guys remember this point, guy. Yeah. What is that, you know? Long back, we discussed about the concept of the entities. Do you remember? When we discussed about the concept of the entities, I said you some few important things here. What is that? Designing an application by using a programming language of your choice, which should act as a UI between the end user and the database in managing the data present by adopting the following guidelines. What is the first one? Define a class where each class should represent an entity. So who represents an entity? Class. Read the second one. To represent the entities of your, to represent the attributes of your entity, you need to define properties. On that day, you don't know what is a property. That's what I said to you. Are property nothing but a field, I said to you. Field and property tightly coupled with each other. Yeah, field value is exposed by the property. So both are going to be connected with each other. So if I say property, nothing but it's a field internally. Okay, but exactly field is not the correct one. What is the correct one? Property. Read that. Define properties where each property should represent. It should be a representation for each attribute. Every attribute in your class should be defined in the form of a property now. Okay, come on, let's watch it. Let us go to our OOPS project back again here. Tell me. That depends again. Internal or public means default is internal only. Do you want to expose this class to all or not is what you need to understand first. If you want to expose the class to everyone, then only we make it public. Then only we make it public. Say you are consuming string class, but string class may internally depend on another class which we don't know. Did you get my point or not? And that class might be declared internal, which is not accessible to public. Are you clear? That depends. We cannot conclude this is correct or that is correct. Everything is based on a requirement. Okay? Well, guys, I'm back into the OOPS project. Because from last 1 week, we are not working with the OOPS project. We worked with second project. Last 2-3 days, we created multiple projects under a solution and worked. Okay, I'm back in the OOPS project. I'm adding a new class here, a class that represents an entity, customer. Who is the entity? Customer is the entity. Okay. And now this customer class I'm making public. So I'm giving a global access to my class now. Now for the customer, I have some attributes now. What are the attributes? Name of the customer, ID of the customer, name of the customer, status of the customer, balance of the customer. What is status? Status in the sense, see, you know that you have an account in a bank and if your account is operative for a period of time, your account will be suspended. Your account will be suspended. They'll block it. Why, sir? For security reasons, they'll block it. What is that security reason? If the person is not using the account for a long time, now there is a dilemma now. Is the person alive or not? That is fact. That is fact. Why are you not using this account? So is he alive or not? Tomorrow, suppose that the person is not alive, this account cannot be misused by someone now. So for that reason, what will they do? They will block the account. They will block the account first. And tells to the, if the customer was not able to access the account now, then what the customer will do? The customer will visit the bank now. The customer will visit the bank. When the customer visits the bank, they will take the ID proof, address proof, KYC. They'll do a KYC and then again the account gets activated. How they will block the accounts? How do they block the accounts? Very simple here. In every table, you'll have a column called as status. You'll have a column called as status, a Boolean value, true or false values, that's all. True indicates active, false indicates inactive. So if the account has to be suspended, they will simply change the status of this. Now, if the status is inactive, no transactions will be allowed to be performed in the code now. So then what should happen? The customer has to come to bank now, complete the KYC, and after completing the KYC only, the account will be activated again now. Are you getting me? So I want to define, I want to represent 4 attributes for the entity right now. Still more are there. Step by step we'll do. I want to start with 4 attributes. First one, int. Customer ID. Second, bool. Status. Third, string name. 4, double balance. More to come, we'll add more. Fine. Now, Remember when I explained to the ATM, I was explaining about this particular concept to you. What are that? What I explained to you, guys, in the ATM system case study, I said to you, we don't pass all these values. What we pass is only customer ID. Based on the customer ID, the rest of the data will be loaded from a database table. Remember or not? So when I write my constructor to initialize, my constructor should contain only one attribute now. What is that? Customer ID. What it will contain is only customer ID, and this dot customer ID is equals to customer ID. What about the remaining? Remaining all the values, for the time being I'm assigning static values, but going forward all these values will come from database. Remember, see here in the next line, I will write code for connecting to database and load the data straight from there now. Clearer or not? Okay, straight from there. But the time being, let me assign static values. This dot name is equals to some name, John. This dot balance is equals to, okay, this dot balance is equals to, I'm assigning some balance of 5,000 rupees. But once again, I'm telling you, as of now, because we don't know how to work with the database, I'm trying to assign static values. But going forward, all these values are loaded from database tables. We will load all these particular values from the database table. You'll pass only the customer ID and load the rest from there. Is it clear, all of you? Fine, well and good. Now, if you just imagine this particular code here, so this is the constructor what I defined. Now my class is public, my constructor is public. Can anyone create the instance or not? Yeah, anyone can create the instance, but problem is everyone can create the instance, but no one can access the 4. Why? All are private. Come on, let us test this also. Add another class here. We'll name the second class as test customer. Test customer. And in the test customer, I will write a main method. Customer obj is equals to new customer and passing some ID. Are you clear? And once this instance creation is done, suppose see, I'm going to make this class as my startup class now. And when I run this, what happens on this line? Instance is created now. Understand? Instance is created. Control jumps to constructor. And all the fields are getting initialized. You noticed it or not? All the fields are getting initialized. It is initializing all the fields to you now. See? Check it out. What this refers to? This refers to the class customer. And all fields are initialized. Right? Even though all these fields are initialized, once you come to this class, nothing is accessible to you here. Nothing is accessible to here. When you see obj, the obj is containing all the values in it. See, it's a clear proof to you. What is it? It is initializing. It is initializing the fields. But if you say, show me the value. If you say, show me the value, it won't. I want to print the customer ID on the monitor. Right line, obj dot, nothing is visible to you. Alright, tomorrow in the runtime, you don't debug, na? See, as debugging, why I'm showing you? Just to prove you, see here, instance is created, everything is initialized, all will happen. But not accessible to you. But not accessible to you. See now, nothing is accessible to you. You cannot get the ID, you cannot get the name, nothing is accessible. I want to get it. I want to get it now. If you want to get it, first option what you have is make it public. But this is a bad idea, right? Making it public. What is the drawback of making it public? Once you make it public, anyone can get and anyone can set. Console.writeLine. Okay. Customer ID. Customer ID. Obj dot custid. Yeah. Now I can get the value. Why? The field is declared as public. The field is declared as public. Now you can get the value. Okay. Well, just to see, IntelliSense is showing you customer ID or not, but not showing you the rest of the fields now. And all of you from now carefully notice it. A purple color icon represents a method, and a blue color box, rectangular box icon represents a field. Got it or not? So tomorrow when you're looking at the members, you should understand what is what now. These are all methods. This icon represents methods. This one, it's a field, public field. It is a field. Clear? Okay. Now I'm able to print it. Now in the next line, guys, obj.customer ID is equals to 1010. Are you clear? Did you understand the drawback? What? How can you change the customer ID here? How can you change your customer ID? You will create an instance with your customer ID and change to someone's customer ID. Yeah. Now if I try to do any withdraw operation or deposit, that will go to that account now. That is wrong. So modifying the customer ID is a valid or invalid. But once it is public, you don't have a control now. Who can stop it? No one can stop it. Understand what we want? Get access, but not set access. In this scenario, understand correctly, we want to get access, but we don't want to set access here. But it's giving you both get and set access. That is the drawback of the field. Clear? So let me go back and remove this immediately first. Once I remove, both get and set will give you error. Both will give you error, see. Get is also giving error. Set is also giving error. Both are giving error to you. Clear? What do you want to permit? What do you want to permit? Both get and set are blocked now. What do you want to permit now? Get a set a get. You want to permit a get now. Okay. So now what you do? Define a field. Define a property now. What property? Read only property. So step 1, underscore. When this is underscore, no need to use this keyword now. Names are different. Nah? This not customer. Here also, this is not required here because we don't have any names used there. But first line you'll understand. This name is underscore customer ID and here it is customer ID. Names are not same now. Okay now? Come on. Let's write a property. Public int cust ID. Get return underscore customer ID. See, when I just put a return there, see, when I written get there, that is only showing you what you need to write. It did not show you return status or return name or return balance. Why is it showing you customer ID? Because that is a global standard. What is it? Customer ID is associated with underscore customer ID. And also data type matching. Clearer or not? So that's what it understands. See, once I do this and go back, get is not an error, see? And now understand, it's not a field anymore, it is a property. How do I differentiate? This is the property icon. Got it? So field icon is a blue rectangular box. Purple method, spanner property, spanner icon. It will show you a spanner icon representing the property. This is a property. All clear, guys? And set is giving an error. What is the error? Or leave this R indexer. That is our next topic. Leave R indexer and read. Property. It is read only. Property customer ID cannot be assigned to. It is read only. It is a read only property and you cannot assign a value to it. I hope you guys are clear. Understood all of you? So this is what. So you cannot assign a value to this customer ID right now because it is a read only property. Hope you are clear. Tell me. Okay. So this is the restriction. What comes into picture? If you run, you can only get, we did not complete this obj dot cust. No error here. Okay. Tomorrow, if you want to permit write-only access, then don't write this. In the place of this, write what? Set. Write set now. Set underscore customer ID is equals to value. You'll have a doubt here. No doubts with this code? Don't have any doubt here? You should ask, where is the values here? You did not declare it anywhere. That is the question you should raise immediately. So what you're writing is equals to value. What is that value? Where you declared it? Understood me? No need to declare it here. It's an implicit variable. It is an implicit variable. Implicit variable. Did you catch my point or not? It is a implicit variable. You don't require to declare it anywhere in your code. Okay, fine. What is the data type of it and what it represents? The data type of the value is exactly the same type of your property now. What is the type of your property? Integer. So value is also integer only. If this is string here, value also will be string only. If this is a double, value will be double. Are you clear? So what is the type of it? The same type of the property. Second question. What it represent? It represents the user assigned value. It represents the user assigned value. User assigned some value now. That value it will bring here now. That's all. You can understand here. This is like a parameter of a method here. If you write a method and a parameter, the parameter will bring the value now. This is also same like that only. It's like a parameter now. It is like a parameter. See what is it showing you? Parameter. It is a parameter. Which type? Integer type. Suppose a property string, it will show you a parameter string value. It is a double property, it will show you a parameter double value. Am I clear? Okay. So that's what. Now you see, come here. Just observe. Now, get is giving error. Set is not giving error now. The property it lacks the get accessor. It lacks the get accessor. So you don't have a right to get the value now. What you can do is only set the value. Now if I write both should work now. Wait, it takes time, that's all. Check. Both are working. Get is also working. Set is also working. How do you know the property is a read only or write only or read write? You know, when you put your mouse there, it will show you there. Showing you clearly, see? Set. Understood all of you? Like this, it will show you each and every of the appropriate thing over there. And right now I want customer ID as a read-only property. It should be a read-only property, pure read-only property. I don't want to define a read-write property in this context. So come back and there's an error. Let me put a comment and write. Okay. Cannot be assigned with a value because it is read on. Cannot be assigned with a value because it is read only. Because it is read only, you cannot assign a value to it. I hope you are clear. Understood or not? Okay, so this is the problem what you have in this particular context. Because it read only, assigning a value will not be possible at any point of time. That is the different. That is the advantage with this now. Okay. Well, I just want to demonstrate you this one. Just look at this. What is this property doing? Returning a value. Correct now? Can we write this as a method? Can we write this as a method? A public int get customer ID. It's a method. Braces are there saying. Okay. Inside of it, I'm writing return underscore customer ID. Both are doing the same thing only now. Yes or not? Both are doing the same thing only. What? Both are returning the value. So I can access the value by using property also. I can access the value by using the method also now. So then we'll have a doubt. Sir, if that is the question. We can write method. We are well known with methods. Why are you again introducing us properties? Did you catch my point or not? We are well known with methods. Why are you again introducing us properties here? Got it or not? Okay, that will be a big question mark in this. Same way, tomorrow, if you are writing a set also here, imagine you're writing a set also. And you can achieve the same functionality also with a method now. How? Public void set customer ID int value, and inside of it, what do you write? Underscore customer ID is equals to value. Ray, see man, and here value is implicitly declared, here value is explicitly declared, but both are value only. Yes or not? So this set looks same as this method now. Okay, if we can achieve the same thing with methods, why do I need properties again? Yes or not? Array, which one is simple in writing? Tell me. Properties are method. Method means two names again now. Property means one name. And tomorrow, if you want to assign a value through method, how you should assign obj.set customer ID of value. But for a property, obj.customer ID is equals to. Yes or not? If you want to print a value or access the value, int ID is equals to obj.id. Same. But if the method obj.getID, get customer ID is what I should call. See, not only defining, calling time also, it is going to be a different process. It doesn't look like a field. It doesn't look like a field. But for anyone, I can make them believe, this is a field only. Yes or not? See, I can tell to anyone, this is a field. Using this field, you can assign a value. But that is not a field to you. That is a property to you. But the method, how should I call? Obj dot set customer ID of 1010. Which one looks simple, man? You're assigning a value on direct assignment. But here, calling a method and assigning. Okay? So, defining wise, consuming wise, which one looks better? Tell me. Second, what is the job of a method? The job of a method is to perform some complex actions. The job of a method is to perform some complex actions. Don't degrade it. Don't degrade it just for getting and setting values. Did you understand me or not? You might be studying some graduations, engineering, okay? And you're looking for a job in the software industry. Am I correct? Okay. I'll give you a data entry operator job. Will you do that? Why? That is also with computer only. You will also in software industry only. Why don't you do? Because I don't want to degrade myself now. I want to build some complex applications, but not simply do a data entry operation now. Yes or not? You don't want to be degraded now? Same way, don't degrade methods also. Methods are to perform some complex or to execute some complex logics. Methods are for performing complex logic. Don't degrade the methods just for getting and setting values. Every member of the class has a different work to do. In an organization, a set of employees are there. We'll all do the same work. No, there is a manager responsible in taking care of all the people now. Am I correct or not? There is a finance manager responsible to take all the financial activities now. Can you call a finance manager? You deal with your money now. Go and get me a tea. Why? You deal with money now. So getting a tea for me is dealing with money only. And I cannot degrade you. The job of getting a tea is a job of a office boy. Am I correct? Every member has a work to do. And we need to stick to that particular conditions and restrictions correctly. Methods are not for getting and setting values. Methods are for executing complex logics. But one thing I want to clarify you. A get represents a value returning method without any parameter, and a set represents a non-value returning method with parameter. Did you understand me or not? A get represents a louder value returning method without parameter, and set represents a non-value returning method with parameter. What is the parameter? Value. You are explicitly declaring you are implicitly available. See, coding wise, property coding is simple and easy. Accessing wise and assigning wise also it is easy. Just a field, like a field only. But method means again we need to call the appropriate method, pass the values. It's a completely different process what we adopt here. Any confusions? Tell me. All clear with methods? Sorry, all clear with properties now? Okay, I am deleting this, but don't forget it. What is it? Get represents a value returning method without parameter. Set represents a non-value returning method with parameters. Okay. Well, guys. So I just exposed my customer ID. Now I want to expose the status. I want to expose the status. I'm sorry. I'm removing the setter here because I want to give a read-only access. I want to expose the status. What type of access you want to give? Get set access. I want to give a get set access. Read write access I want to give for the status. Okay. First step, declare. Second step, initialize. Initialize. Third step, write the property. What property are you planning to? Read write property. I'm planning for a read write property. Okay. Come on. Public bool status. It'll only show you here just the tab keys and generator. That's all. I do not type all these things. All. When I type it get, it showed me what should be the code. I used the tab key. When I type it set, it showed me what is the code. I used the tab key. Now value is Boolean. See there. Value is Boolean. No need to declare it anywhere. Now see, coming here. Yeah, this one I'm putting off in comment. Now, just a second. What I just wanted to do is, I want to print the status on the monitor. Not as a true false here. I want to print as a active inactive. If it is a true, print me active. It is a false, print me inactive. Okay. Well, guys, if obj.status is equals to true, console.writeLine status active. Else status inactive. Status is inactive. I think we initialized it with false. Yes, we initialized with false. That's why we're getting inactive. Okay, look at this condition, guys. What did you write? Because what happens in this place, the value of the status will come now. Compared with true. What is the value of the status? False. False is equals to true is false. If true comes, active. I'm not talking about what it prints. If 2 comes there, what is it? If true is equals to true. True is equals to true is true. Correct or not? Then why to write all this nonsense? If you write like this, it is enough, na? Tell me what will obj.status return you? True or false? Yes or not? Array, if true, execute the first line. If false, execute the second line. That's all. You just how to simplify the codes I'm telling you, that's all. Tomorrow when you are comparing a boolean with another boolean value, the fool is here. True equal to true. True equal to true is true only. There's no need of writing a comparison again like this. If obj.status means if true, execute the code. Else, execute the false code. That's all. Understood me or not? Okay. Say now it is a false now, and you can say status is inactive. Next, I want to define a property on the name. What type? Read write again. I want to define a read write property also on the name. You tell me now. Just a minute. Again, it is a public string name. Declaration has a question mark. Eh? Let's say here also I'm using the question mark. Come on. Get written underscore. Oh, we did not use underscore there. Huh? That's why it did not generate. That is why when I typed get here, it did not give the generation. See now. Underscore name is equals to value. Well, come here. I wanted to assign a value now. What? First, let me print the value. Obj dot name. What are you printing? Customer name. Okay. Well, I wanted to say obj dot name plus equals to Smith. Modified name. What is the modified name now? It is not Smith here. Plus equals to is what I used. John Smith. Are you clearer or not? Okay. So obj dot name is equals to, we have assigned a value there. How we know first is true, sir? That is why I say you should learn C language first. If condition will execute only for a true, yeah. What did you learn in C language? When will if run the code? If runs the code only for a true. If will never run the code for false. Are you getting me or not? If condition will execute only for true. See, the meaning of this particular statement is, what did I write? First, what did I write? If obj dot status is equals to true. Correct? This is what I have written. Now evaluate it. Okay, evaluate it. How it evaluates? If when I say obj dot status is equals to true, when you evaluate, the status value comes there now. Suppose if the status value is true, how do you read? True is equals to true. If the status value is false, how do you read? False is equals to true. That's how you should read it now. Okay. Now, further evaluation. True is equals to true is true. False equal to true is false. If condition will never execute for false. If executes for true only. That's what we learned in C language. A condition always runs for true. It goes to else means for false condition only it will go to the else part now. Okay? Means what is the meaning? If true, execute the code. That is what now? If false, go to else part. Right? Huh? Right, that only now I written now. If obj dot status, if true comes here, this line will execute. If false comes here, this line will execute. That's all. That is what the basic fundamental that is. Okay? Coming back, I'm sorry, where we stopped it. Yeah, printing, modifying the value. Name, modified. Same way, can you define me a property for balance also? Yeah, underscore balance. Underscore balance equal to, help me please. Again, a read write property public double balance, get return balance, set val, underscore balance equals to val. And now you can come here and console.writeLine, customer balance, obj.balance. Okay. In the next line, I'm writing obj.balance minus equals to 3000. I'm trying to do a withdrawal. Modified balance. All clear? But don't you have any questions? When status is inactive, how all these things are working? Yeah. Status, what is the status? Oh, you'll modify the name, you'll withdraw. Then why will the customer come to bank now? What did I say? When the status is inactive, there should be a KYC now. When you're able to do all the transaction as it is, why will the customer come to bank? Your account is suspended. Please come to the bank. No one will come. Are you clearer or not? Please come to the bank and do the KYC. I'll allow you to do all the operations, but come to the bank and do KYC. I will never come. I'm busy always. Yes or not? Your account is suspended. Your balance is zero. Your account is suspended here. Your balance is zero now. Will you go to bank now? Yes or not? You will run to the bank now. You will immediately run to the bank to do a KYC. Why? Your balance is showing you zero. Suppose you have 10 lakhs in your account and suddenly you get zero, you'll get a heart attack now. Yes or not? You will immediately run to the bank. What happened to my money? Understood? That's what. The fear factor is important. So simply I cannot say your account is in suspension stage, but you will have allowed to do all the transaction. Come to the bank means I'll come when I'm free. I will never free now. Are you getting my point? Okay, that's what. See, the status is inactive and the customer is able to do all the nonsense now. How? Then what is the point of making active and inactive? It doesn't make sense now. Am I correct or not? This should be controlled. What do you want to control? If the status is inactive, I don't want to allow the customer to do any modification. And the balance should show as zero. Are you getting me or not? What the balance has to show? Zero is what the balance has to show. But right now, see, the name modification is working and the balance is showing me the exact value. All this is wrong, which should be controlled. Come on, let's do it. Go to name property. In the setter, add a condition now. What is the condition? If what underscore status. Again the same. If status true, then only you can modify the name now. Then only you can modify the name. Now see, modification failed. Modification failed, see. Showing the same old value. Why? Your account is in suspension stage. You can't do the actions now. Same way for balance also. What is it? It should show zero. What it has to show? Zero. Come on. Let me go to the getter now. Here I'm writing code in getter. Let me go to the getter. If underscore status return balance. Else. That is only giving me suggestion what to write. See. Return zero. See now. Your balance is zero. It is 5,000 only, not a matter. Imagine it is 5 lakhs. I'm showing you zero. Understood me? Okay. So that's what. That conditioning is the advantage what you have with the property now. It is a field. You can't write all these conditions anywhere now. But because it is a property, conditions are allowed. Clearer or not? Okay. Fine. Now what is the status? Inactive. Customer name is John. Modified name is John. Customer balance is zero. Right? Okay. Let's do one thing now. Just a line break I added, that's all. Just let's do one thing. Here also let me add a line break. obj dot status is equals to true. What am I doing? I'm activating the status. Once I activate the status, all of you carefully observe all the same code, the same statements, all these things as it is, I'm copying and I am pasting it below. And you can see the difference. Are you clear or not? Understood me or not? Okay. So guys, watch it. When the status is inactive, here, when I try to say obj dot balance minus equals to 3000, this operation should not work now. Means every set, understand, every set requires a condition. That's what I'm telling you. From now onwards, every property setter, there should be a condition now. Set should work only when the status is active. When the status is not active, set should not work. So now, not only in getTr, I need to write a condition in my setter also here. What condition? If underscore status, then only this has to work. Say, what is the difference? For name, you written condition only in set. For balance, you written a condition in get also. You written a condition in set also. Are you clear? Not over, guys. Just a minute. I'll show you. Wait. Okay. What is the current balance? $5,000. I wanted to withdraw some money now. Okay. Obj dot balance minus equals to 3000. And now what is the modified balance? Modified balance. It has to show you the modified balance now. Correct or not? It has to show you the modified balance. Okay. Yes or not? 2000. I will say 4000 here. What is the modified balance? 1000. I will say 6000 here. What about the modified balance? Minus mathematics, eh? You need to say wrong, sir. I'm not asking you mathematics now. That is wrong, nah? Why? 5,000 in your account and you'll withdraw 6,000, eh? That is invalid operation now. That's an invalid operation. But this works, it will work. If any banks give a permission like this, by today all the banks will be in losses only now. Everyone will withdraw more than his account balance now. Am I right or not? This is invalid. This should be restricted. This is invalid, which should be restricted. Are you getting me or not? This is invalid operation and this has to be restricted in this case now. How to restrict this? How are you going to restrict this one now? Did you understand my point? How are you going to restrict this particular things now? How you are restricting assigning of this particular? Go and write a condition in the set again now. What? If. Actually, I want to have a condition now. What is it? The bank has a rule, like everyone has to maintain a minimum balance of 500 rupees. So anything you can withdraw should leave that 500 in your account now. If you have 500, if you have 5,000 now, what is the maximum amount you can withdraw? 4,500. You cannot withdraw 5,000 now. Are you clear? Well, now answer my question. I am writing here 4,600. Means what am I assigning to balance? 400. What am I assigning to balance? Obj dot balance minus equals to, how do you read? Obj dot balance is equals to obj dot balance minus 4,600. Am I right? Means you are assigning 400 to it now. Yes or not? The same 400 comes to value. The same 400 comes to value. Now I'm writing a value is greater than or equal to 500 only. Execute this code. Are you getting me? Now tell me, is this valid or invalid? Transaction success or failure? Transaction fails. So what it shows you? Old balance. See, old balance. Balance when transaction failed. Okay, now tell me, obj dot balance minus equals to 4,500. Valid or invalid? Transaction succeeds. Transaction succeeds. Balance when transaction succeeded. What should be the value? 500. Noticed it? 1 rupee extra also is not going to be accept this thing. 4,501. Failed transaction. It's a failed transaction here. You got 5,000, I can see. Yes or not? Okay. 4,500 up to 45 valid. Why? Rest of the balance is 500 only now. Okay. So you can check. So this is the basic advantage with property. What is it? You can write all the controlled code now. You can write all the controlled code. Everything is restricted with conditions. And this is not achievable with public fields. You understood the drawback of the public fields or not? When you declare a field as public, finish, you lost control on it. That's all. You lost control on that. Anyone can get the value. Anyone can set the value. Anyone can set with any value. Got it? Okay. But once I'm having a property there, what is the property doing? It is doing all the restrictions. What value can be assigned? What value can be accessed? When it can be accessed? Everything is controlled. So now you see these three properties, the last three properties, what I defined, all these three are read-write only, right? Yes or not? Let me tell you the difference. First one is a normal read-write property. Second one, a read-write property with condition in set accessor. This one with condition in both get and set accessors. Are you clear? First one is a read-write property without a condition. Second one is a read-write property with a condition in set accessor. And the third one is a read-write property with a condition in get and set accessor. That's the difference between all the three now. All clearer? Okay, we will add more properties in the class tomorrow, guys. Let's stop here. We'll meet tomorrow.